What's up YouTube, it's your boy Marcetta89 and I'm here with another clip of my live stream segment called Talk That, where I'm basically bringing you guys the ideas that professionals have on books. So to those of you guys who are just tuning in for the very first time, I'll break it down on how we do things over here. I'm basically walking around with a bunch of my crew looking for people to interview, and we basically pick a book beforehand and a topic and relate that book to the topic. And then we ask people to talk about it and give our own input throughout the entire event as well. So the topic we did during the live stream is something that we can all relate to actually, and it's one of the most discussed topics in American literature today. So we talked about the American Dream and the Great Gatsby, and I know what you guys are thinking right now. You're like, how the hell do I relate my life to that? Well, just chill out for now, you'll see soon enough. But before I play the clip, I want to ask this to my subscribers and anyone else tuning in. What do you guys think the American Dream really is? Now, I've already asked this question during my live stream, and a bunch of people already made videos giving their input. So before we get to the live stream clip, let's listen to what the fans had to say about this.
I think an American dream is an idea of success and happiness, but since, as the name suggests, it's a dream, and you have to wake up from it, and that's what people don't realize about it.
The American dream is doing what you want, when you want to.
I think it's a lie. Think about it, like
The American dream's a lie because money can't buy you happiness. Is it on? Yeah. When you're talking about the American dream, you know, three things come to mind. It's money, power, and women. That's it.
Pretty interesting responses. From what I've seen, a majority of the responses associate the idea of the dream with success and wealth that is obtained through hard work and dedication. But I believe that's not always the case. Anyways, before we get to the clip, I've also got a little thesis of mine I've come up with. It's related to both the American Dream and Gatsby, which relates to the clip I'm about to show. So Fitzgerald exemplifies the American Dream through Jay Gatsby's struggle to achieve the dream. Also, Daisy's character is a representation of the flawed ideals of the dream, and Nick Carringway's attempt to understand the dream. So that's just a little bit of what I thought and what I came up with this week. There's more of what I think in the clip that I'm about to show. Alright guys, I've wasted enough of your time, so let's get straight to the clip. We're here live with Hamad Rahman, one of the many people that agreed to be interviewed. So, Hamad, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm currently a professor at Yale University.
How long have you been there?
I've been there for about a really long time, I would say about 5 years.
What do you think about The Great Gatsby?
It's a really good book. It should be really fun.
What do you think about the American Dream then?
I would have to say the dream once used to be about the pursuit of happiness. However, nowadays, as Kimberly Hearn states, the dream is ambiguous, contradictory, romantic in nature, and undeniably beautiful while at the same time grotesquely flawed.
That's pretty cool.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
No problem, what is it?
Since this applies to all of us, what do you think the American dream is?
What do I think? I'd have to agree with the fact that it's all one big lie. I say this simply because the idea to me involves being successful, which we all associate with money. Success all depends on opportunities, so how does one who isn't granted such opportunities that lead you to the American dream supposed to achieve it? In this case, it becomes unachievable. Simply put, I think it's personally flawed.
That's well said. That's actually something we can see in Gatsby.
Of course we can. Can you expand on that thought?
We, like Gatsby, can be blinded by our own ambition and miss the truth, the reality which lies before us. Jay Gatsby's dream was to become rich in order to obtain the love of Daisy. Because he places all of his hope for happiness in Daisy and what it takes to get such a girl, which is money, he's ultimately ruined by his romantic idealism.
Do you think that Gatsby at some point knew if he could really win Daisy's love?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but
we do know that Gatsby pursues Daisy knowing that her sense of happiness and the good life all depends on money and property.
yes, and in addition, I would say that money was a symbolism of the flaw in the dream. Like for example, Gatsby's parties embody the corruption of the American dream, as the desire for money ultimately ruins the dream. The dream is about happiness, yet it transforms into the pursuit of wealth and fundamentally greed.
So essentially, what can you conclude that Fitzgerald is trying to say about the dream through Gatsby?
I believe that Fitzgerald implies that one cannot obtain happiness and wealth, as they do not complement one another. We see that Gatsby constantly tries to lure Daisy with his wealth. Upon seeing Gatsby's shirt collection, Daisy, I think, states that it makes me so sad because I've never seen such shirts before. Something or someone is always struggling underfoot. Inevitably, as one rises, another one falls. This quote by Hearn when put into Gatsby's story, states that as Gatsby's wealth increases, his happiness struggles to do the same. Ultimately, the dream is never achieved by Gatsby. Oh.
Alright, Hamad, thank you for your time. Have fun with the rest of your day. Be sure to subscribe to our channel.
Yes, thank you. I enjoyed giving my input on this matter.
Alright, so now we're here with Mr. Jack Liu, an author of some sort. Jack, could you please tell us a bit about yourself?
As you may know, I'm the author of a popular novel called The Mysterious Stranger, and I think we should talk about my book.
I don't think we should.
Alright then, what are we talking about? The Great Gatsby?
Yes, we are. What are your thoughts on The Great Gatsby?
I guess it was alright, but, you know, I think my book is still better, and I think we should talk about that.
Not gonna happen. Anyhow, what is your opinion on the American dream?
In my opinion, the American dream is not only about working hard and achieving your uttermost desire, it's also about living a fuller life and a better life. And I find that really interesting because it correlates with Daisy Buchanan and how she was rich, but she admired a better life.
Do you have anything more to add?
Well, first of all, I think my novel, The Mysterious Stranger, presents way more aspects of our American dream.
Okay, could we please stick to the topic at hand, Mr. Liu?
Alright, calm down. I think throughout the novel, Fitzgerald really plays with the ideology of the American dream, and he presented throughout many different characters, such as Daisy.
Yes, weren't you talking about Daisy and how she's related to other instances of the American dream?
Please, let me finish. As I was saying, Daisy, unlike the other characters in The Great Gatsby, she already earned her way through the higher standards of living by marrying rich, which is how she got her power and wealth. And that's basically what she wanted all along.
Ah, are you trying to say that she was greedy or rotten?
Yes, I'm saying that Daisy is one of the rotten aspects of the American dream. During one chapter, if I could recall correctly, Fitzgerald wrote, they were careless people, Tom and Daisy, and they smash up things and creatures, and then they retreated back into their money or vast carelessness, and let people clean up with the mess they made. Now, the correct factor is that Daisy doesn't really love Tom, rather than she loves his money, and yeah, that's it, money. She is rotten, and she must see all the monetary values of everything, rather than viewing it as it is. Thank you.
How can you conclude that she married for money?
Throughout the novel, where she first brought her daughter to meet Nick and Gatsby for the first time, Daisy states that the only reason she brought her daughter is because she wanted to show her off.
How are you so sure that her view only involves money then?
We can see that later on, once Gatsby died, Daisy left her without calling her or even turning up for her funeral. Well, this essentially means that she started the affair with Gatsby really for his money and his status. I mean, there is love between those two couples, but it's mostly because of money and status.
I see what you mean now. Any last words, Mr. Jack?
Yes, buy my book. Thank you.
Alright, we're here with Andrew, the last person that we'll be interviewing today. Andrew, how would you tell us a bit about yourself?
I'm currently in the process of obtaining my PhD at Oxford.
Oxford, eh? I remember going there. That place was pretty dope. Well then, what does a typical Oxford student think about the American dream? Do you agree with it?
My idea of the American dream is quite relatable to Gatsby. It's about working towards being a better person while also achieving success. But if you strive only for wealth, that's only going to lead you to a lonely and miserable life, like Gatsby, who's, as I said, lonely and miserable. He lives in a house by himself where he hosts parties to fill his loneliness. And you can see that Nick sees this, like what is going around him. He sees what the American dream is doing to the characters around him. This is why my dream is very similar to Nick, because I don't believe in just achieving wealth.
Why do you think that?
Well, when I look at the book, the only person who seems to come out of the whole ordeal unscathed and actually knowing of what happened, it seems to be Nick. He, unlike Gatsby or Daisy, is a character who's not pursuing the glamorous life like Daisy, or the love of his life like Gatsby. He knows what his interpretation of the American dream is, and he's pursuing his honest his American dream, and he seems to understand what it is, unlike Gatsby or Daisy.
Yes, do you have anything more to add to that?
Well, Nick also shows that he doesn't truly believe in the American dream to a great extent. In a quote where he talks about that Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgasmic future that year by year recedes before us. It eludes us but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms further. In there, he's talking about how Gatsby is just chasing something that he's never gonna reach. He's just gonna keep on trying, and I think he believes it because it's a dream that's extremely selfish and greedy, because he's not achieving something that's great. He's just achieving something of his own goals, such as like Daisy. He's using wealth and fame to get to her, and I don't think Nick really agrees with that, and he believes that he believes his own dream is much more real, because he's just trying to like be successful but also be a good person. It's more simplistic and more right than what Gatsby or Daisy want.
To me it seems that if, in the end, Nick was the only morally right character, he does not have the dream that is twisted by the greed. In his own words, he states that I am one of the few honest people that I have ever known. In a world where everybody is chasing their own greedy dream, Nick feels that he is the only one who sees the truth behind his dream. He lives to remember what misery is caused around him because of the American dream.
Yes, I really do believe that. You're completely right.
Well, Andrew, is that all you've got for us today?
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed giving my input on what my beliefs are.
Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If not, I guess don't do it. We host live streams every Thursdays and Fridays. Be sure to check them out, and peace.